Narcissism in work. How do I know if my boss or my manager or my CEO is a narcissist? And what should I do about it? Do I quit the job?
So if you believe that someone you report to, a manager or a boss or someone like that in a job is narcissistic, you're going to feel it in the sense of you don't feel seen, you don't feel valued, you feel like the workplace is unpredictable, you feel like it's unfair, that it's inequitable, you might even feel that it's psychologically unsafe. You might feel that the way people are praised and get credit for their work, again, it doesn't have rhyme or reason, it is inequitable, there might be a lot of gossip in the workplace. Those are the things that would suggest a workplace is you might be working for someone who's narcissistic. It's a tough one. A lot of this might depend on the nature of your organization. I always tell people, if you suspect that your boss or manager or someone you report to is narcissistic, start documenting the hell out of it. Because the one thing HR doesn't care is you cannot roll up to an HR office and say, I think my manager is narcissistic. You're going to need documentation, which means saving emails and text messages and voicemails and minutes of meetings. And you're going to need as much information. Try to avoid meetings alone, all that stuff, to have that sort of evidence base. If you're at a large enough company where you might be able to switch to work under someone else's management, especially if you still believe in the company. Some people might say, I love the organization, I can't stand working with this person. They may find that working with someone else will allow them to preserve in the institution. But in a smaller employer or where that is not possible, some people might try to stick it out the best they can, but documenting is not going to make it easier. So some people will find that ultimately, if they can't outlast the narcissistic boss or manager, which they often can't, they will look for other employment. Some people also find a lot of solace in collaboration. So just because you work for a narcissistic manager doesn't mean your colleagues are narcissistic. And there's some interesting research suggesting that some really powerful collaborative relationships can come when the leadership is narcissistic, but the teams actually come together even stronger. It's almost like they're united against a